Good morning and thanks for choosing Fox 10 News on this Saturday morning. I am Gianni Navarro. Let's check in first with meteorologist Matt Barentine with your weather. Matt, yesterday some places saw a lot of rain.
Yeah, we got some drenchings around yesterday, and guess what? We're already starting out with that this morning. We're going to see plenty of rain around again for your Saturday. So as you make your weekend plans, just keep in mind the radar is likely to be lit up here through much of the weekend. So we're used to it at this point. I mean, we just keep getting drenched. Right now, most of the showers here are down in coastal areas. You can see that south of I-10 in both Baldwin and Mobile counties right now, particularly around Dauphin Island. Here's Bayou La Battery. You're getting some pretty good rain there. Also going up Bellingrath Road, some pretty good rain. Also across the bay here, just along the eastern shore from about Montrose all the way down to Weeks Bay. We're getting some rain here, a little bit more starting to move in there along 98. And then as we head over a little bit offshore, you see another thunderstorm just offshore here, the west end of Dauphin Island, that is moving in as well. So we've got a number of showers already in coastal areas. As the morning goes along, those will start to spread inland. This is noontime. You can start to see now a few popping up north of I-10, and that continues to around 2 o'clock. You notice more showers and storms bubbling on up. So just be prepared for it. At some point today, you're likely to run into some rain, heavy rain, some thunder and lightning as well. That's what's in the forecast for the day. By the evening time, things will begin to quiet down a bit. Here's your planner. Yeah, you can see the rain chances are pretty good through a large part of the day. But you'll also notice once again, temperatures not that hot. Another day, I don't think we make 90 degrees.
Breaking right now, the right northbound lane of I-65 is blocked. The Alabama Law Enforcement Agency telling Fox 10 News that a tractor trailer fire on I-65 near the 26-mile marker is the cause. They also say the left northbound lane is open to traffic. Now, Aaliyah will continue to monitor the situation. This is developing, and we will continue to bring you updates on air and online as soon as we get them.
There is a clear message that is coming through. This is becoming a pandemic of the unvaccinated. We are seeing outbreaks of cases in parts of the country that have low vaccination coverage because unvaccinated people are at risk, and communities that are fully vaccinated are generally faring well.
During the White House COVID-19 response briefing, Dr. Rochelle Walensky says the unvaccinated remain the most at risk for serious illness from COVID-19. Right now, the nation is facing a crisis in the surge of coronavirus cases in all 50 states for the first time since January, with case rates the highest in states with low vaccination rates. Now, the Biden administration is sounding the alarm on COVID-19 vaccine misinformation spreading on social media platforms. Reed Binion has the latest.
COVID misinformation. What's your message to platforms like Facebook?
They're killing people. I mean, look, the only pandemic we have is among the unvaccinated.
President Joe Biden not mincing words when it comes to the spread of COVID-19 misinformation on social media platforms.
Our biggest concern here, and I frankly think it should be your biggest concern, is the number of people who are dying around the country because they're getting misinformation that is leading them to not take a vaccine.
The United States is just shy of having half the population vaccinated, and the Biden administration is blaming, in part, misinformation spreading on social media platforms about the safety and effectiveness of coronavirus vaccines.
I believe that they have an obligation to inform users about what is true and what is clearly false.
Those who peddle and promote these dangerous lies are harming the very people who are most at risk and furthering a pandemic that has already taken more than 600,000 American lives.
As the White House battles misinformation, the FDA will now be moving on a decision to give Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine full FDA approval.
I do think that for some people, the FDA approval process may make a difference, but I do think that we have a fair amount of experience right now, a tremendous amount of experience that tells us that, again, the benefits of this vaccine far outweigh any risks.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Meanwhile, Mobile and Baldwin counties are back in the red zone after a sudden increase in COVID-19 cases. Health experts say COVID was in our rearview mirrors, but it's not anymore. The vast majority of people being hospitalized are those unvaccinated. The city and county making a big plea for people to get vaccinated. COVID cases last week more than doubled from the week before, leaving Mobile at 471 cases. The majority of those those being unvaccinated are 18 to 29-year-olds. With school starting back soon, doctors say children eligible to get the vaccine should get their first dose now so they can be fully vaccinated by the time school starts. Hospitalizations are also up.
In the last month, there's been almost a 400% increase in hospitalizations. We're still nowhere near where we were at the highest point in the pandemic, but to go from 15 to more than triple that in a month is very significant.
Now, the CDC is recommending children who are not vaccinated to wear masks in school. The unemployment rate in Alabama continuing to head in the right direction. Governor Kay Ivey announcing nearly 90,000 Alabamians returned to the workforce last month, helping push the unemployment rate to a post-pandemic low of 3.3%. That's down more than 4% from a year ago. Well, if you're concerned about having to restart paying off a student loan, you may get some extra time. The CARES Act allowed people to pause their payments over the last 16 months because of the pandemic. It also froze the interest on government-held student loans. Payments are scheduled to resume in October, but the White House may consider an extension. Democrats sent a letter to President Biden asking him to not restart payments until next March. Experts say the president is reviewing that request. If you work for Mobile County, some of your personal information may already be circulating on the dark web. That's a favorite hangout for criminals. It came from Mobile County government computer files 2 months ago. Is just one example of a kind of cybercrime that is growing exponentially. Cyber attacks are on the rise. Cyber thieves have targeted hospitals, businesses, and government agencies. In Mobile County's case, it appeared to involve 2 steps. First, breaking into and stealing data that apparently happened to county employees. The second step then involves encrypting or locking files so they can't be used unless a ransom is paid. But that apparently wasn't successful. Even if all the employees' private information weren't exposed, just some of it could be used to steal your identity.
Any data that was stolen before this attack started really opens people up for possible damage. So even if it was 10% of that, it's still a tremendous amount of data. Even if the personally identifiable information that was stolen isn't complete, it can be correlated with other sources to possibly, be used to steal people's identity.
Mobile County employees whose data might have been stolen will be informed soon. A high-tech upgrade is helping Mobile police fight crime. MPD just recently installed new cameras in downtown Mobile, and the new tech has already helped make several arrests. Nearly 100 new cameras went live earlier this year. MPD Cyber Division Commander Kevin Levy says the upgrades mean a clearer picture and easier access. The cameras are working as MPD intended. In their first 6 months in operation, they've helped make several arrests, and Levy says they're helping deter crime.
The interesting thing is the very first day that the system went live, we actually were able to use video from the brand new system to solve an interesting event that had happened downtown and which ultimately led to several arrests.
Based off the success of the cameras so far, MPD says they're already looking at adding more in different areas of the city. Meanwhile, Mobile police also identifying the victim of the latest homicide. They told Fox 10 News 19-year-old Jalen Casino was shot to death at the speed stop on Government Thursday night around 9 o'clock. They are asking anyone with information about this case to give them a call.